What's the difference between a thermoformed pickleball paddle and a non-thermoformed pickleball paddle? That's what I'm going to explain to you in this video. My name is Ryan. I own Professor Pickleball. We've sold tens of thousands of pickleball paddles. Mostly are non-thermoformed paddles, but our new thermoform paddles have just released, and I'm going to explain to you why this one is a higher price point, thermoform paddles, and why it is a better all-court paddle. So let's go with the basic construction. Our non-thermoform paddles, it's a Gen 1 raw carbon fiber paddle. Think of the Vatic Pros, the Gen 1 Yolas, basically any carbon fiber paddles that came out a year or two ago typically are non-thermoform. What they do during the construction process is you take a carbon fiber sheet, a carbon fibered sheet, you put some glue on it, and then you glue it to the core, basically like a sandwich, right? And that's what gives you your Gen 1 non-thermoform paddle. What that does is it still allows you to have this grippy surface and get some great spin on your shots, but you don't get a lot of power out of your shot. Now, when you go to a thermoform paddle like our PhD Pro, right? That's why we call it the Pro level. The Pro level paddle, it's a step up against the Gen 1 carbon fiber paddle, is we have the basic same construction. You go sheet of carbon. They actually inject some foam on the edge walls for some more power and stability and control. And then they glue it together, but then they take it and they put it in a mold, and you basically bake it in an oven. You cook it, you thermo heat. They heat the paddle so it all fuses together as one. Think of welding like metal. When you heat metal together and you weld it, it creates a stronger bond than it was prior to, right? It molds itself together essentially, and that's what a thermoformed pickleball paddle is. So the benefits of thermoforming is typically thermoform paddles have those foam injected edge walls. If they don't, you're not gonna get that control factor. You'll get the power from the thermoforming, but you won't get the control from the foam injection like our PhD Pro has, but you do get more power than a Gen 1 carbon paddle. You actually get a lot longer paddle life. It's a lot more durable. Sometimes Gen 1 pickleball paddles, the edge guard will start to come off, the paddle face will chip because there's kind of nothing back there. Look, I've gotten a year's use out of my Gen 1 carbon paddles and I beat the absolute crap out of them. Now these thermoform paddles, I really beat the crap out of them because I don't care. I really want to test the durability as the company owner. And when I pick up balls off the floor, I smack the paddle, I smack my shoe, I smack my leg. I've thrown this paddle a bunch of times. I really want to test the durability of it. And that's what the thermoforming does. This thing is rock solid. It's really hard to break a thermoform paddle. I've seen some of your regular paddles come back with a handle snap, things like that. People smack it on the floor. I've smacked this as hard as I can. I've thrown it into the trees and it doesn't break because of that thermoformed construction. So that's the biggest difference, is thermoforming has more power, it has more control than a non-thermoform paddle. It does have a higher price point than a non-thermoform paddle, but it is more durable. It's gonna last you a lot longer. So you're really investing in your game by buying a thermoform pickleball paddle. If you guys have any further questions, let me know. All of our paddles are linked down below if you wanna purchase. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.